How are you feeling right now? You've got 6, 7 or so hours before the preliminary results are released. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I was just talking to a few people from around the riding, making sure that I'm just still getting out that vote, right? Reminding people that it's election day, and I'm hearing good things from people around. Well, I was talking to folks in Hope, actually. So, yeah, feeling really good. And the Greens had a really good campaign this year, and I'm really proud of all the things that we've accomplished. I think we have a lot of people were talking about how well our candidates were doing in the debates and how we have good solutions. And so I'm excited to see how many Greens get elected tonight.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. And what's a message that you have for voters in Fraser-Nicola?
Yeah, a message that I have for voters is that, we have all collectively as a province made a really big decision over the last week through voting. And I am excited to see what we as a province come up with. And the next 4 years are going to be a tough 4 years. We have a lot of issues in this province, whether it's housing or healthcare or climate change or the cost of living. And so I'm really excited to see what our elected officials and what our governments are able to do. But also, there's a lot of power that we as people have as well. And so, if I'm elected as the MLA, I'm excited to be representing Fraser-Nicola. And if I'm not successful tonight, this election campaign won't be the last that people in Merritt have heard from me, and it won't be the last that Francyne or Tony hear from me either.
What's your plans for tomorrow, whether you win or lose?
Whether I win or lose, my mom's coming down from Prince George to see my daughter, so we're going over to Cache Creek to go check out Desert Hills and Horstings, and I'm going to take some really cute photos of my daughter in a pumpkin patch.
Is there anything that you'd like to add, Jonah?
I want to say, thanks to all of the voters and all of the people in Fraser-Nicola. I got to meet some amazing people at the door and at organizations and at events, and and at debates. And I want to thank everyone for casting their vote, for coming out and being active in the electoral process, because that is so important to make sure that whatever the result is tonight, that it's the will of the people.
How are you feeling right now with the results coming in for the preliminary in about 6 or so hours?
Yeah, well, pins and needles, Ken, that's for sure. But we're feeling pretty good. We've worked hard. We won't lose it because we weren't working hard. But if we lose it, but we're feeling really, really good right now, Ken. Got a lot of volunteers are on the phone. We're getting out the vote. We're working hard to get out the vote and everything. We're feeling very positive. Mm-hmm.
If you were to give a number, how likely do you think you're going to win?
10 out of 10, my friend. No, I think we're, 8, I would think, 80% chance.
Mm. And what do you have to say to the voters in Fraser-Nicola?
Well, I think there's a couple of things I like to say. I really hope they put they're willing to support me and help me represent them in Victoria. We got a lot of work to do, getting rid of some of the issues that we've really seen over the last 7 years. So we really like that. One of the things I really like the people of the Fraser-Nicola riding to understand, I was able to get our leader here about 3 or 4 times to visit with the people and listen to the concerns of the riding, the voters in this riding. Mr. Eby never had the courage at all to come into this riding and defend his policy at all. So I'm really, really proud of our leader, John Brustad, that's been able to come into our riding and listen to the concerns of the people. So that should be huge for the people. That we're very concerned about rural British Columbia, obviously, and so I'm really proud that John was able to do that for us.
Cool. And what will your plans be for tomorrow, whether you win or lose?
Well, that's funny. We bought a nice steak to share, my wife and I. So we're going to either celebrate or we'll sit down and enjoy a nice meal together, and then we'll mark out our future. Absolutely, Ken. One way or the other.
How are are you feeling with the results for the preliminary coming in a few hours?
I'm nervously excited. I have no idea, but I mean, we'll see what happens later this evening. I mean, it's not done until the polls close, right?
Do you have a message for voters in Fraser-Nicola?
You know, I've been just asking friends and family, just, you know, this is a really important election, and everybody needs to have their voice out there, and that voice needs to be used by voting. So please go out and vote.
If you had to give a number, how likely do you think you are to win?
At this point, it's so uppity. I think we're still at a 50-50.
Regardless of whether you win or lose tomorrow, what's your plans for tomorrow?
My plans tomorrow would be to sleep in and then to thank everybody who supported me.
Is there anything that you would like to add?
Just everybody, please vote. Help your family members and your neighbors vote. And, you know, stay tuned to what happens later tonight when the polls close at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so it is 41 minutes until the polls close. We are waiting for results at the Shack and Band office. I have some friends and family who will be here at 7:30ish to wait till polls close and watch the results.
How are you feeling right now?
Nervous. Did that come out too fast?
Why is that though?
It's been a lot of work, you know, and I really would like to have the opportunity to be a good representative for the Fraser-Nicola riding, you know. So met some great people over the last few weeks, and yeah, now it's coming to a culmination tonight.
Has anything changed since the last time we talked about 4 hours ago?
No, I don't think anything has changed. I've been trying to keep myself away from any social media or such, just to be present.
So Tony, we're about an hour away from the results. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty anxious, Ken. Pretty anxious, yeah. I mean, who knows how this is going to go. We're feeling really good about it, as I mentioned earlier, but it's anybody's ball game right at the moment. Yeah, we're in the seventh inning, or ninth inning. Sorry, not the seventh. We're in the seventh inning stretch, but no, we're in the ninth inning here, and it's going to be anybody's ball game.
Has anything changed since I last talked to you at about round 2?
No, not really. No, we just we knocked on doors, made sure, but it looks like everybody's getting out to vote and that, and so it's been really exciting about that. I think we got a great turnout this year. It might even be a record, I've heard, so that would be fantastic if it is. To me, that indicates that people are looking for change. They're looking for something different. I think that usually bodes well for that kind of thing.
February, so we'll have to see what comes out of the rest of the results. I'm already seeing catching up a little bit here, but hopefully this is
bring us faster results, and that's what we're seeing right now. And I believe we have one more ride.
Yeah! How you feeling, Tony?
Right now I'm feeling good, but I haven't seen mine yet.
I can feel the tension. All those early results and Conservatives leading in 3 ridings, there was, you know, a big cheer that went up, but of course everyone's well aware that it's still very early in the evening. Even Earlier Sturgeon's campaign office, she's not here right now. She's watching with her family over in Denver, and Michelle Elliott for some results. Oh my goodness, look at how many votes we have in already. Conservatives leading in 37, NDP in 28, Greens in 1. You can see there's a lot of blue on that map of British Columbia at this point in the
37 seats that the Conservatives are leading in. Here is what the share of the vote looks like. The Conservatives right now have 46.8%. The NDP right now sitting at 43.2%. If you're wondering what that 38.8 majority percent indicates, it's the lowest share a political party in BC history has ever had and was able to form a majority government. Vancouver Point Grade, Premier David Eby at the top. The Conservatives, 1 of 20 polls reporting. Devyani Singh for the Greens at 26. Surrey North, Mandeep Dhaliwal for the Conservatives, leading by 70 over incumbent NDP. Watch the Singh to This is what it looks like across the province. A lot of blue, of course, you can see it on the east side of the province. The island down there, virtually
Now Alexis is losing. Yes!
in territories that the NDP is normally.
How do you feel seeing that heat map?
A little nervous, my friend.
But you still think you got it?
We'll find out in the end here. Yeah. Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
Take a look at this. The 10 closest races right now that are separated by fewer than 100 votes, including Surrey Cloverdale, Surrey City Centre, Cowichan Valley, Vernon Lumby, North Island, Surrey Fleetwood, Wandafuka, Malahat. Right there you see 5 Conservatives leading, 2 NDP leading. What that would look at, the difference, again, fewer than 100 votes. So these would be the party standings if those seats were to go Conservative. 48 for the Conservatives, 43 NDP, 2 for the Green. Now what if we were to flip that? And again, when you have just a handful of votes separating some of those, a completely different picture. 48 for the NDP and 43 for the Conservatives. And again, the Greens, they were leading in 3 at one point, Jason.
Razor edge of the majority situation for both parties.
Lots of results for you. No kidding, Michelle Dan, thank you very much. And at this point in the evening, we've got lots of results. In fact, 63% of the votes cast across the province. We're playing with those right now. There are 11 close races that are under 100 votes that are separating them. And this is the picture for the new Democratic Party right now. Let's take you to...
Just before we do that, Gloria, we have a result to bring to your attention. David Eby wins Vancouver Point Grey. We knew this had the possibility of being a close race. Of course, David Eby unseating former BC Premier and BC Liberal leader Christy Clark in this same riding, but he will carry Vancouver Point Grey. You know he's going to be happy about that, but I'm sure David Eby
Over to you to hear what the panel has to say about this.
Well, just an interesting story about a little inside information on what happened in that riding of Victoria Beacon Hill, rather, between Sonia Firstenau and Grace Lohr. And Mo, you were saying that the next slide up.
Feeling good?
Feeling pretty good now. We still got a few more to go. But
Surrey City Centre on the shot for the NDP. Over 6,000 votes. Zishan Wall for the Conservatives. They're tied. 18 of 20 polls recording. Yeah, you tied in charge of Zika.
He will have his jacket off.
And one more for the Fraser-Nicola, 1,000 votes over the NDP's Francyne Joe, 24 of 43 polls reporting. It continues.
It certainly does, Dan and Michelle. Thank you very much.
As it is, we're going to get into a lot.
In the BC legislature, I would say that it's going to be really interesting to see where the Greens go from here.
And somebody said, are you prepared for both speeches tonight? And I said, of course. You always have to be prepared for that. I didn't want anybody saying congratulations at all until we saw that tick there, because you can see what's happening tonight. It is a seesaw going up and down. There's still a chance of us. Getting government, but it's going to be up and down for a while. And there's still a lot of votes to cast yet. But I'm finally feeling very confident. It's an incredible moment in your life when something like this happens. Somebody said to me the other day, are you prepared for a life-changing moment in your life? And I go, I think so. So I did not do this on my own. I had a lot of helpers, a lot of people that were here, and I could never, you've seen the size of this riding, how big it is. I could never have done this on my own. I want to thank my campaign chair, and I'm going to miss somebody, and the young men that are down. I wish somebody said, are those your kids? I kind of wish they were, some of these young guys. They were fantastic, the work they did. We drive down there and we see their signs, and people from the Lower Mainland that knew me said, Tony, your signs are down here. Just a tremendous amount of work that everybody has put in. We have people in Lillooet that are working very hard, making sure everything was done over there, and all the little places that we went, and all the people we saw and met. And I don't remember a lot of people, because I remember your face, yeah, I saw you somewhere, but so many people have contributed to this win. You never do it on your own. There's no way in the world. And I want you to make sure that I keep that humility within me. I'm here to serve you. It's not about me. So please do that. Unfortunately, some of us politicians' heads go like this. And I don't want to do that. I've kind of tried never to do that in my political life, and I never want to do it now. But I see a lot of very good people out here. My riding association knows that, right, guys? How many times did I say that? So that's going to be the hardest thing to do. I guess right now the biggest thing, thank you. The biggest thing now that we got to do is just roll up our sleeves and get to work. When I talked to John a couple of weeks ago, I said, John, what does this look like? Should we? And he said, well, I get tomorrow off, Sunday. And I said, nothing will make me more happy than that. I'm ready to get to work for you guys because there's so many things that we have to do. Opposition or our leading party, it doesn't matter. We got a lot to work. If we don't get the party, then we're going to have to hold their feet to the fire, just like you hold my feet to the fire. It was really good. And then we got a lot of work to do within our riding to build it out more. So next time, we will definitely form government because we cannot stand another 4 years of what we've been seeing in the last 7. There's just no way in the world. I'd be very remiss if I did not thank my wife, Wanda. She has been there every step of the way with me. Buoyed me up, got me out of bed, did everything I needed to do. They say third time's a charm, and it is, huh? Thank you. So I don't know if you want to hear me ramble on for another couple hours. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to end it here before I become a blubbering mess. But thank you, every one of you, for coming up and being here tonight with us. We're going to make some profound changes, and we're going to work very, very hard at doing that with your help. Thank you very much for the night.
For the Merritt Herald, how are you feeling right now, Tony?
Well, I'm feeling fantastic, man. It's just amazing here. We're really appreciative of everybody's work and efforts, and we're really excited to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
And what is the first thing you'll do when you enter the halls of Parliament in Victoria?
I think we're going to sit down and get some training done because I've never been there before, so they got lots of things to do, and then we'll see where we go from there. And John will call a caucus meeting and start divvying up work, I guess, and who knows what's going to happen after that. Yep.
What about your first 100 days? What will your priorities be?
Well, I have some ideas for our first 100 days, but it'll be up to John. He's the one that'll set the agenda, and we'll go with that. And I'm sure I can support. And I think we're probably pretty aligned with some of the ideas there. We've campaigned on a lot of good ideas, and so there's some of those things that will have to be done right away.
If it's up to you, though, what would you be doing?
Well, I think there's some reviews of some major departments. Healthcare needs to be reviewed as quickly as possible. We need to get that back on track. BC housing, just to name a couple of few, I think we need to deal with that one. And of course the policing issues too and the crime. We got to find ways. And so there's 3 quick ones there that we'd have to maybe look at. But like I said, it'll be up to John to set the agenda.
Are there any particular bills you plan to introduce or support in the legislature?
Not at this time. I've got a few ideas. They're just minor things, but we'll move with those forward as we see fit.
And how do you plan to work with opposition parties to address the key concerns of the Fraser-Nicola?
Well, I think right now the way it stands, we'll have to work with all the parties because right now it looks like we're a bit of a tie. So we're going to have to work with the cross-party lines to get some of the things that we have. As long as we get the NDP to cooperate with us and work with us, I think we can do well in the House. There's a lot of things that need to be done, but we'll need to work on cooperating, getting that. As soon as we get some all-party committees put together, we'll work on some of those things, I'm sure.
What message do you have to the voters of Fraser-Nicola and BC as a whole?
Well, we need to change things. We need to get moving and bring some common sense back to the province and make sure that we're working all together here with everybody in our community, including the First Nations. We got to resolve some of the issues and get working together hard to resolve them and get making British Columbia prosperous. That's how we get out of debt. That's how we make it successful kids. That's how we stop some of our children moving to Alberta. We got to make sure that we're going to be successful.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your election opponents, Francyne Joe and Jonah Timms?
No, yes. They were fantastic opponents. They're really nice people, and we worked really well together. We had a very amiable campaign together, especially at the all candidates meetings. It was really, really good. They were very polite. We were very playful and respectful, and so I wish them luck in their future endeavors and all the best as they move forward.
Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Not really. Just thank you for everybody that voted for me and putting their trust in me. I think it's a really important night tonight. This was a change election. There's no question about it. We've gone from 0 seats to 40 5 last count. This was an election that, and we got to prove ourselves to the electorate out. They want change, and we got to deliver that to them.
All right, and my final question for you tonight, Tony. What is a fun fact about yourself? Doesn't have to be related to politics.
Fun fact?
Yeah.
Jeepers, I don't know. I'm just a nice guy, I guess, and I like talking to people and getting to know people, and we're going to be doing that in a little while. And just who I am, and easygoing guy, I think. Yeah.